Yo, what is up, everybody? I am tenbitrades. So I'm back with another trade recap. Guys, I haven't been posting as much. I've been low-key in like a dry spell. Because after, as you guys know, my payout last month, I had a really good run, one of my best runs yet. Um, and after that point, I was trying to scale and I was trying to scale a little bit too quick. I had five accounts on five different firms, right? Um, but instead of doing that, I should have allowed myself to add more allo to my Alpha Futures accounts and then copy trade that whenever the software came out, because as you guys probably don't know, actually Alpha Trader, which is this platform, was recently released, and they don't have a lot of the features like lockout feature or like copy trading until recently. Like they still don't have risk settings or lockout feature, but they do have that copy trading, and I should have did that and waited for that. But I was so urgent to scale because I'm like, if I'm getting max payouts on one account, why can't I do that with another, right? Um, so going into today, I actually have a bearish bias. I mean, it was just breaking. Well, like it failed to break out past these highs twice and started rejecting and then creating lower lows. So going into today, where was it? As market opened, wicked out, took out this high, and then started manipulating lower. I wasn't trading at this point. I hopped in around here, 10, 10, 20, 10, 15. What's funny about this is I was in a long from after this rejection wick. I entered about here off this displacement, and I was targeting these highs, and that got hit. And then I entered short off this doji, and I genuinely banked. Like I genuinely banked. Uh, it was probably another tweet or another big war news, but this dropped over, was this 160 points or something like that? It's crazy. And I just had my um take profit at these lows. I'm pretty sure it was, where are these lows from? Yo, what is up, everybody? I am Tembi Trades, and I'm back with another video. So let me get into the trade recap. So going into today, I had a pretty neutral bias. I didn't really have a bias until later on in the day, but as market opened, let me tell you what I was thinking. So market opened here, gapped up, started rejecting, pushing lower and lower. I took two trades, I believe. It was like two pretty random trades. It could have been a long here, targeting these highs, and then I just get absolutely railed at that swing low. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was longs. It was like two longs, and then I just get railed. Right, so I was actually down 500. And keep in mind, like I wasn't at home. I was out in doing BJJ. So I was not really present. I just kind of looked at the market and seen that it kind of not really swept that level, but it started to reject off of it, and I tried to enter off that doji and got cooked. So and then I did it again like somewhere else here. But yeah, basically I was down 500. And this should be part 2 of my video. The first part, I passed in one day. I passed this account in one day, which was great. And then I immediately hit max loss. Or not max loss, daily loss. And that shit was devastating. But it's okay. Cause as you guys can see, we are up 1.0k. 1.02k. But yeah. Let me get into the trade. So basically, my trade idea or my overall bias at this point was bearish. So what we did was we took out these highs, right? 1, 2, 3. We didn't take out this high, but after we took out those highs, we started rejecting lower, right? I didn't enter off any of these. I didn't see any entries there. After we failed to break out here and we heavily rejected, I started to look for a entry. So I took out my fib tool from this swing high down to this swing low and waited for OTE, because as you guys can see, retrace, dump, retrace, dump, retrace, dump. And even further on, as you guys can see, this is crazy, but I'll explain this trade too. So tapped into OTE 0.705. I had my stops at this swing high. It was like 29,505. Yep, exactly there. Because if it breaks above this point, then we're gonna take out this high, right? That was my overall trade idea. So I entered with 10 micros, so like 1 mini, and I got out pretty quick. It wasn't this trade. This was my target, which was these external lows, but I targeted this swing low, and as you guys can see, that was super easy. And I banked 1k. Well, I wasn't quite at 1k. I just took like a micro scalp, lowered it down to like 2 micros, and then I just basically went for like the $40 or whatever that I needed for the 1k, because it looks better, right? But yeah, but if you guys held to my target, which was these lows, right, you could have basically exited like half your position and then added on later. And how, I'm going to show you. So basically, from where we entered at the swing high down to this swing low, and look, tapped into 0.705 perfectly, and then you could have had your stops at basically this entry point, and you would have banked like bad. But yeah, guys, that was like A+ trading. Minus like me going for the scalp, like this is a great trade. And for Asia session to be moving like this is berserk, if I'm being honest. So I'm gonna slow it down, guys. I'm gonna be looking for, just $500 days max. I'm not gonna be going for anything crazy anymore, because I kind of just traded pretty heavily, just because I was in drawdown for a bit, so I wanted to dig myself out, right? If I blow it, it's like, not that I don't care, but it's like, I get that out of the way, right, quicker, and then I could get back to another eval and whatever. But today my goal was not only, make back the money, get the momentum. For me, more so than get back the money is get back the momentum. Because whenever you win and then you lose, like it kind of breaks your momentum there. And that's why I wanted to get back the most. And the fact that this trade was so great, even though I took 2 L's here, earlier at here. Like, this made up for it. This was A plus trading, and I couldn't be happier. So that's gonna be it for the video. You know, I'm gonna try to edit everything up in a manageable way for you guys. um I'm going to be, like I said, going for those winning days. And I know you guys have been hearing about the crazy news with Alpha Futures. Some more tea, I guess you could say, came out because I got the email from Tradeovate about this issue. I'm not going to touch on it too much, but I would heavily recommend to check that email or go online to see what the updates are about. But I highly recommend the zero QAs, as you guys can see, or not zero QAs, that's the funded, zero accounts. It's 1 day pass, only 40% consistency. That's the only thing. But you can withdraw, like, basically the entire amount, I'm pretty sure, as long as you have like the winning days and consistency down, which isn't too hard. Like 40% consistency is a lot better than some firms I see are like 30 or 20. Like, that's 20 is berserk, bro. Unless you're on a direct account or like whatever, 20 is berserk. But yeah, guys, if you guys want to use my code, it's right here. It greatly would help me out, and it would enter you automatically for a giveaway, which I plan on doing once we reach 10 uses. And lastly, if you guys want to join my completely free Discord, it's going to be in the description below. I don't sell a course, so you guys don't have to worry about that. You get to learn exactly how I trade. You can ask me questions. You can ask other people in the community questions, and just overall, like, learn a lot. And of course, I plan on learning from you guys as well. So I look forward to seeing you guys in there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video tomorrow. Peace.